Welcome back to the Rena Journal. I thought a lot about how do I make a comeback to vlogging and making content now that I have escaped my corporate life. So I decided let's just start with monthly diaries. Me and my partner decided to have a fun date riding the new metro line that opened in Ho Chi Minh City 2 months ago at this point. And for me, it felt very surreal because, as someone who was born and raised in a country where subways were an essential part of your daily life, finally having one in Ho Chi Minh City that it allows you to move freely, avoiding all the traffic jams, felt very, very surreal. This is me doing the happy dance, knowing that now there is a metro line in the city that I live. We decided to take a ride to one end of the city, the farther one end, and then take another train back to the other end of the city, which stops at the city center. The train ride felt very smooth. It almost felt like I was riding in Moscow. We decided to hang out at the end station for a little while. Here's me trying to make an aesthetic video, haha. And on the way back, I decided to put it to ultimate test of whether I could crochet and then potentially read books on the train, so that I don't have to glue myself to the phone screen all the damn time. There was never a day in Moscow that I didn't bring a book with me and on a subway ride. Here's the city center. This is the other end of the metro line. They have a massive square here. You can take photos, you can do, awesome reels. We spent a chunk of time waiting for our trains back because it was so crowded on that day. On the next day, we decided to visit our friend Lily at a fair that she was having a stall at. She was busy with customers, so we decided to take a look around the other vendors. I saw this lovely shirt with embellishments. I thought that's a cool idea. I could think about that for my cycle projects. Then we saw a stall with keychains and other cute stuff made from recycled plastic bottle caps. Not really my kind of style of accessories to put onto my bags, so I didn't buy any. Some cool necklaces which were also out of my budget, not just out of my style. Then I saw those two hair clips with cast that was just so cute. I had to persuade myself not to buy them. So here's Lily's actual stall. She is an artist, so she draws a lot of lovely things, fandom, non-fandom. I bought a pair of Palestine themed earrings from her eventually. On the next weekend, I had a crochet day with another friend who was still learning about the craft, so I decided that we should have a date where I teach her some of my tips and tricks. She was working on a star plushie and I was continuing working on my crochet shawl, which I was hoping at that time to make as a present for my mom, but then eventually she turned that gift down, so now I'm using it for my own self. I brought my crochet doll with me. This is Beidou from Genshin Impact. Hi, Genshin fandom. We hung out for quite a while on that day. I think it was 4 hours, just non-stop sitting and crocheting and chatting away. On Tuesday, I was making an apple pie at the request of my colleague who commissioned me to make one. This is one of my favorite recipes to make. I have quite a few cakes that I'm very proud of making. So this is one of them. This is the Russian style apple pie. It's very delicious. It's spongy. It's not too sweet because I, as a person who don't like overly sweet stuff, I try to make my bakes very low sugar level, and also depending on what I'm working with, like in this instance the apples, they were sweet on their own, so I decided that there's no additional sugar needed beyond bare minimum. My colleague was very satisfied with the cake eventually, so I feel proud of myself. That very same day, we tried hunting tickets for a concert of a recent reality music show that we liked a lot, but we failed to secure them. So here's the footage of me just petting the cat as a source of comfort. Thursday was a pretty chill day, just more crocheting in the morning because I work part-time and my shift only starts from the lunchtime. So I just decided to continue working in my shawl and hopefully finish it before the holidays. That evening, I went to a secondhand sneaker store. There were like a lot of pairs to look at. That was the first time I've seen some pairs that were in size 49, 51. As a big size shoe girly, those sizes were like too big for my brain to comprehend. I tried this pair of Adidas 80s Continental pair, Pride collection, but I realized that the shoes were not really comfortable on my feet, so I eventually decided not to purchase them. Comforting ramen to the rescue for my saddened soul because I was so sad that this pair did not fit me the way I wanted it to fit me. And also, check out these decorations. These are so pretty, right? Here comes the last day of my corporate life. It felt really strange, actually, quote unquote, retiring from office job from a 9 to 5. This is me just documenting the last meal I had at the office cafeteria, my desk space, some gifts that I received from my colleagues and my line manager. I feel grateful, but I also am very glad that I made this tough decision to quit my 9 to 5 and completely switch to doing content and, being a freelance again. So here my partner treated me to some ribs and tacos. They were really yummy. And then we went shopping again. I was still looking for that pair of sneakers for me to go every day instead of the rainy ones that I am using. And I found this pair. They were very comfortable. They had like a cushion and it was so comfy. First day off after leaving corporate job, I went to a charity shop that was unfortunately closing for good. And so they were doing like estate sale, something like that. And so I decided to go in and figure out maybe I'll find something else to add to my wardrobe or something useful that I could find. And so I found this top, not really the color that I usually look into, but this surprisingly fit me and I really liked it, so I decided to buy. And then I found this Aozai, which is technically it is considered unisex / man one, but it was too big on me. I still took it and I am currently looking for a tailor. These are the two other designs that I really liked, but none of them fit me, unfortunately, and that's sad. Then mandatory lunch check-in. I went to my favorite pasta place near my house and got my favorite pasta. Here's me just sorting out the new finds that I had at the charity shop. I found a couple of necklaces, which is cool. I was kind of liking them. Here's the kitty, another one that I have. He really likes taking over my desk. Look at him. So cute. And then I decided, it is holiday season, and of course the streets are gonna be full of flowers for sale, all of the decorative flowers that you will see around the Lunar New Year market. So I decided, let's take a ride around and see what they have this year, and also show you a little bit of our culture and what we do during these holidays. A lot of installments, a lot of settings, bunch of flowers. And then we decided to try a new barbecue place. Usually I prefer the Korean barbecue to Japanese ones, but this one was very good in my opinion. Here's my boyfriend showing his old photo. It was a very fun one. Of course, here's a mandatory grilling clip for you all, and also me eating that said meat. It was good. It was finally time for me to go to my hometown for the holidays. I realized I didn't film much from the road home, but here you are. You have some footage of the inside already, the city, when I arrived. This year felt a little bit different for me because me and my partner were doing our premarital duties to both of our families, which is buying, a gift basket to put it on the ancestral altar for each of our houses. So this is me buying the basket for my family side. I only got like some items because we had a very tight budget and we wanted to match the amount of money we spent on both baskets. So, not one side gets more than the other, which is pretty easy. And then here's the long footage of me preparing the ingredients to make the spring rolls that we make every year for Lunar New Year. I'm usually in charge of, preparing the ingredients, mixing the filling, which is minced meat, rice noodle, a lot of other stuff. There's just like a lot. And then this is the first year that we were teaching our niece to wrap the rolls. Seeing her try reminded me of the first years that I learned doing this. My tension was very loose. Lunar New Year for us involves a lot of cooking, a lot of food preparation for 4 days in a row. Sometimes I just don't get enough rest because I have to wake up so early, prepare a lot of food, and put it on the ancestral table, make offerings, and then wait until the offerings go off, and then we eat food and we have to do the dishes, all the usual stuff. So here is me showing you a little bit of our peach blossom that my parents got for our home. We usually go for the peach blossom, and this is the basket of crochet flowers that I gifted my mom for her birthday last year. She likes to boast about them as well. We didn't go out to the streets, of course, because it's gonna be so crowded, but we watched some fireworks from our garden, which is not bad. You don't always have to go out into the streets. Celebrated the new year, drank some champagne, listened to obligatory New Year speech from our president. This year was a new one. And then next day was a little bit more of a free day. We went to a flower park to celebrate New Year, take photos, hang out and be a family. Because this was the year of the snake, there were a lot of snake installments and decorations. Here's me just capturing some random moments of people having fun, taking photos, the usual. There were just so many people on this day going out, more snakes. Finally, I am showing off one of the outfits that I put together for that day. And then we decided to check a retro cafe, which was established on the grounds of an old cinema. It's called Rap, which is technically considered cinema, but judging from the settings, it felt more like a theater rather than like a cinema theater. But it was called Rap, aka cinema, so I guess there's that. Then on the 30th was finally a somewhat more chill day where I had some time crocheting in the afternoon after doing all the stuff. I was hoping to finish the shawl that I was working on, and as you can see, I started the yarn chicken game with this one, and you will see eventually that chicken game was lost. There was like literally 10 centimeters of it left, and I haven't had enough, and there was no yarn shop open, of course, during the holidays. Last meal with the family, because on the third day of New Year, usually I go back to the big city. My cats can't stand way too long without me, so I had to come back as soon as possible. Obviously, my parents packed me a hell of a lot of stuff to bring with me to the city after the holiday. Sometimes I pack like 1 to 2 meal worth of food, and then a lot of things that I love eating. Mandatory going past my favorite coffee shop, which is in our alley, by the way. They were also decorated for the Tet holidays. I barely had the time to grab a drink because my car was already calling. So yeah, I just took a ride back to the city. The rest of the holidays were pretty chill. I was happy to go back to my rental home with my partner. I missed my cats, as you can see, they miss me too. Here's the oldest one greeting me. I'm going to be experimenting a lot with how I do my vlogs. I'm still getting used to it again. So a lot of them is going to be very random. I hope you guys understand. And thank you guys for sticking with me throughout this one. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Goodbye!